On this bumpy beer tasting, I have Cowitbunga, dude. Cowitbunga, dude, is a Belgian style of wheat that's brewed with raspberries, hibiscus, and spices. I believe this was brewed for the, is it the Concord? No, the Granite State Com-a-con. It's brewed by Great North Aleworks. They're out of Manchester, New Hampshire. This beer comes in at 5.1% ABV and is 12 days old at the time of this recording. So, I mean, if you look closely at this can art, I'm getting shadows. I got my light, but I'm getting shadows if I get too close. Yeah, it's like the Ninja Turtles. So, this was a 4-pack, and each can has the different color for each turtle. So, I have the purple one. I just grabbed it randomly, but works out because Donatello actually is my favorite Ninja Turtle. So, yeah, first time having this, first time seeing this. I don't know if they've ever brewed it before, so I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my glass, put it through the BuMpY 50-point inspection. I do have my backyard brewery Tiku. Just in case, I'm going to give it a little spin. Turtle power. Alright, so it does have tight, kind of a pinkish colored head. Now the beer itself is coming off super red on camera. From what I can see, it's more of this like kind of rosé pink type color. Does have a lot of haze to it. Being a Belgian wit, that doesn't surprise me. It looks beautiful, actually. I like it. You know what sucks is I don't have a pen. Oh, I do have a pen. It was hiding. So let's go ahead in for the aromas. The appearance, 6 out of 6. For the aromas, what I'm getting, first off, noticing the raspberry, getting that hibiscus as well. Let's keep on sniffing. I was really trying to search for some malt character out of this, but that raspberry note came back a bit stronger. Started noticing maybe a little bit of like a lemon note. Might be from some of the various spices they're using. If they're using like coriander or grains of paradise or something like that, you can sometimes get like a peppery or lemon type note out of that. There is kind of a sweet but tart smell as well on the nose. But for the aromas, it's really good. Gonna give this one a 10 out of 10 for the aromas. So let's go ahead in and get the first swig. So cheers. So I'm going to go back to the aroma real quick. After I poured the remnants of the can into the glass, they get more of the yeast. It wasn't my favorite of the yeast smells. It was kind of that like rubber tire type aroma, but still, the initial beer smelled really good. The flavors. First thing I was noticing, it had like a beer flavor, like what you would just think of a typical beer. So it started off with that note, went into like a heavy wheat flavor. Um, just a tad bit of like a raspberry note in the actual flavor in this. Um, Not really noticing anything that really resembles a typical Belgian wheat type. I'm not really picking up on the spices, the corianders, and whatever else they may have put in this. But yeah, so it's not really matching up to a real Belgian type style, but it's all right. The flavors in it are okay. It just doesn't meet the what you'd be expecting. With the spices are kind of lacking. Um, does seem to have a light, thin body and a medium carbonation. So for the flavors, I gave this a 14 out of 19. Body on it, I thought was fine. 5 out of 5. My overall, yeah, it's all right. If more of the flavors kind of came out like they were in the aromas, I would have liked this one a little bit more. But I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for my overall. So for Great North Aleworks, Cowitbunga Dude, Belgian style wheat, brewed with raspberries, hibiscus, and spices, gets a bumpy 41 out of 50. It's still going to land this as a good beer. So, yeah, like I said, decent beer. Just doesn't quite meet the Belgian wheat flavors that you would be expecting, or at least I was expecting. And some of the flavor notes just aren't as pungent as the aromas. So those are the only knockers on it. Cheers. Thank you guys for watching.